What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken and Ross Present the Year I Said It podcast. We're expressing without full capabilities, so they might want us in correctional facilities, especially after this one. Brainchild of my child, I am the dad half of this operation. Ross Cooper, a little bit under the weather. Been a little under the weather all week, but we weren't, gonna make you wait any longer for a show. So I asked for your excuse I ask for grace in advance as my voice gets a little shaky as we're going through this, but we're gonna get into it. As always, I am still rocking with the best. My co-host, please introduce yourself to the folk.
The forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe. For the axe was clever and convinced the trees that because of his handle was made of wood, he was one of them. Yeah, well, what's good, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day, month, year, hour, second, all that good stuff. If you're watching on any other platforms, please share it with your friends, family, Bambi that's sleeping outside my window, and all that. If you're watching on the tube, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah.
If you don't, we got it. If you don't, we got it.
If you don't, firework is gonna explode in your hand. You're gonna be like JPP. You're gonna lose fingers. But go ahead.
Where did they get you from, yo? Where did they get you from? I got nothing on that, yo.
That's two. All right, let's go.
Well, as you know, if you watch us on YouTube, usually I'm rocking with a Yankee fitted, of course, and in reference to the world's greatest city and glorious Empire State in some form or another, for one reason or another. Had to break out the Punisher cap today because shit been wild. Shit been wild. Ain't no real way to sugarcoat that. Thing's been kind of wild. The Independence Day for Black folk has come and gone. That was June 19th, right? The recognized Independence Day for white men, and that they spread out to everyone else, but to white men, July 4th, in honor of July 4th, 1776, has just passed. Today is July 8th as we record this. And interesting, because when you think the 4th of July, you think fireworks, independence, you think the founding fathers and the revolution and George Washington and all them dudes. You think barbecue, you think hot dogs, and yay, you know what you usually don't think? Massacre. You usually don't think mass shooting. But I mean, Uvalde just happened. That shit, Buffalo just happened. This is almost a damn regular occurrence at this point. But 4th of July, I'm not saying this to be an a-hole, right? I'm just saying, damn. For everybody that is wood riding, that is jocking that Second Amendment, do you see the irony there? You see just the weird bit of irony that you cling so hard to this Second Amendment and you get 7 dead people on Independence Day. I don't know how bigger of a sign you need that maybe, because the Second Amendment, I think, was, I'm pretty sure it was in the 1700s. I don't know if there's too many things from the 1700s that we still follow at this point. Excuse me. But here we are, 2022. People cling to some shit that was written in the 1700s. And it is Brother Malcolm. And I might get crucified for this, but it is Brother Malcolm. It is chickens in a weird and most tragic way. Chickens coming home to roost. And sadly, these chickens coming home to roost result in the death of innocent people. I'm just like, is nothing sacred? Nothing like y'all gonna shoot them up on the 4th of July, fam.
We shot kids.
I, 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 I,
We
I,
shot kids twice. Not even middle school, high school, elementary school, twice. I mean, if something was not sacred, that should have been there right there.
wow. So I'm gonna go, past some production matters. I'm gonna go dig up some details on exactly what went down so I can tell the folk. But your initial reaction, 4th of July, just walk us through it. You woke up 4th of July. Did you feel celebratory and happy for Independence Day? Then you found out about this. What were you thinking? What were you thinking?
Now you said the best word, but the best at first, very poor choice of words. And the irony of, right to bear arms and then our independence. So somebody let loose with his independence and freedom in front of all you good folk. I mean, that's about as American as it gets, right? It's a sad thing to say, but I mean, no one else in the world has this problem but us. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure I haven't looked at the numbers. Don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure there's been more mass shootings than there has been days of this year. I don't know if that's still a fact, but it probably is. So, I mean, it's a normal occurrence. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure when they made the all these amendments and stuff, the arms that they had back then probably weren't capable of doing the stuff that they're capable of doing now. I'm not a history major, so I don't know. I don't think they had fully automatic or semi-automatic rifles and all this extra stuff. I'm pretty sure they still had caskets and stuff that took a while to reload. Could do some damage, but probably to one person, not multiple people in a span of seconds. So yeah. And yeah, I don't. I mean, it's just nothing new. This business as usual. No breaks, not safe nowhere, which was already the case before. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. What we gonna do about it? Nothing.
Yeah. Shooter's name is Robert Cremo III, 21-year-old white male, in case there are any lingering doubts. And that's not me being racist. That is just being factual, because in all these mass shootings, mass killings, outside of the DC sniper years and years ago, you can't find me anyone other than white men.
Subway.
It was Subway. You're right. Thank you. There's that. Yeah, that's right. I tend to forget about that one, not because I'm black. I tend to forget about that one because what an epic fail it was by the NYPD. Kind of like the epic fail it was and continues to be by Uvalde pigs, Uvalde, Texas pigs, who don't want to, cop to the epic fail that might have cost the lives of children, as you mentioned. So yeah, you're right though. But it's funny because they always say life imitates art or art imitates life. I texted you last night and I was like, you know what? I'm bored and I was in the mood for some just mindless entertainment. And I told you I rewatched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the latest one that came out on Netflix. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre's main character, Leatherface, is based off a real serial killer, Ed Gein. Now, and it started to hit me because my mind works in strange ways, especially at 2 a.m. But I don't know, man. You can really start asking the question: is it something up with white men? Because you gotta think, serial killers, overwhelmingly all white guys. Fast forward to now, mass shooters, overwhelmingly all white guys, disillusioned, radicalized, whatever you want to call it. When do we start the Ku Klux Klan? All white guys. America Kaka's first terrorist organization. It's why we put 3Ks in the word to begin with. You gotta start with is it something white guys like
Must be in the mountains.
stop it. Stop it. But it's just like what
That's a joke.
I mean, it's a joke. It's not a joke. I said, you know what? White guys shouldn't be cops. We'll find out real quick. Is it white guys or is it cops?
No, I think it's cops, but
of course, I was gonna say, here's the funny thing. We'll find out it's probably still cops.
It's
probably still cops.
It's cops.
But it's overwhelmingly white guys.
I mean, that's true.
Like,
but it's still cops.
You know, this whole bullshit white replacement theory. All white guys. Like,
that's their fault. Should have made a law that said if they have 1 ounce of black in them, then they're not white. You did that to yourself.
You did that to yourself. And I'm like, fam. But even if you didn't, you knew genetically. Like, me personally, I've yet to meet, out of all of the people that I know are biracial, most of them, phenotypically speaking, present the African genes are the most pronounced. I don't know too many biracial people that look more like their white side. Like,
they still are.
I know they absolutely are. But like, if you saw logic around the way, you wouldn't think, oh, that's a white dude.
Nah, he say one word and you might just knock him out. But yeah.
You know, if Drake, you see Drake around the way, you would be like,
I thought he was
Spanish.
Dude. I thought he was Spanish.
Okay, I never thought Drake was Spanish.
I never thought he was freaking black. At first, when I first see him. I mean, obviously, you know now.
Drake was wow.
Because you know he likes
champagne poppy, huh? You just ran with the.
I was like, up. Said you start talking Spanish in one song. I was like, up, this dude is Spanish.
But I'm just like, listen, man, I'm just stuck at is it something with the white guys? I don't know. And maybe we need to ask that question more accurately, maybe do something about it, because I think the thing that a lot of people, everyone in this country forgets, as much as you want to get away from quote unquote racism and racist things and the race conversation and critical race theory, you cannot divest how much whiteness and white patriarchy and white racism has penetrated everything. When you say dress professionally, you're talking about a white male standard. When we talk about something being classy, white male standard. Luxurious, or this thing is upper tier, white male standard. It is baked into everything. And again, my question is an unpopular question, and I need to know a little more about history to answer it. But if the roles are reversed, because power is power, you know, absolute power corrupts, absolutely. If the roles are reversed in a parallel, you know, in a different place in the multiverse, where black folks enslaved white folks, I wonder how that universe looks, and I wonder if it's any different. But neither one of us are Doctor Strange, and we're here. and we're here. So we got to deal with what we got to deal with. And 4th of July, we had this young man decide to gun down people at a 4th of July parade in Highland Park. Here's why this is important. Because even in media, they love to say suburban Chicago. I don't think that's accidental. You can say Highland Park, Illinois, but you choose to say suburban Chicago. Why? Because this country's made a habit. Every Monday, you can do what? Look at the news and see what? How many people got shot and killed in Chicago. I do not remember when that became a damn thing, but it's a thing. So when you say
direct,
when you say suburban Chicago, You what? You associate, oh, this is must be right outside Chicago. The entire fuck out of here. Highland Park is one of the most affluent areas. There's money out there. This ain't Chicago, homie. This is the equivalent of trying to, this ain't the certain areas of Baltimore. This is not South Bronx. This is where the money is, and this is where that happens. So it's just an interesting little coinky dink there, even. But how you shot up 7 counts first to be murdered. The reason I was looking at, there's an article here through CNN, and Liz's dad is with the shit. His dad was like, I hope he serves a long sentence. Here's my problem. Apparently, he was too young to get the weapons that he had, so his father co-signed, or whatever you had to do to allow him to purchase these weapons. This is after he had run-ins with the police and made threats to kill his family.
That sounds funny.
If you or I had a run-in with police and made threats to kill family members, what do you think the odds are we get weapons?
What do you think the odds are we would still be here?
I didn't think about that. Oh, wow. Just wow, man. And
Dad, so is the dad being charged too?
No, it was all done legally. The red flag laws, apparently, they just didn't work. Just didn't quite work out this time. It cost some lives. One of the most heartbreaking things I heard, I listened to CNN, so on and so forth. They're like, there was a 2-year-old found wandering around. They thought the 2-year-old was lost. In a manner of speaking, the 2-year-old was, because both of this 2-year-old's parents were killed. So 2 out of those 7 were the parents of the 2-year-old. The shit's heartbreaking though. All jokes and BS aside, and I don't know what else do we need to see, but I think it circles back to what you said. When we go back to, I can't even freaking remember, Sandy Hook, when we all saw kids get slaughtered and nothing changed, then I guess we kind of should have knew what time it was.
This is why, you know what? No, I'm not laughing at the situation. This is why it's funny to me. You know why I never agree with you on things were changing. It's because we are a reactionary type people. I don't know if it's a human thing or it's an American thing, but it might be both. But we don't do anything to prevent nothing. The pigs that we all say swore to protect are reactionary entity. They're not preventing anything. Government, the same thing. Companies, the same thing. It's based on it's reacting to when something hits the fan. Okay, so what do we do about it? Somebody gets out of line and breaks rules, what do we do about it? It's the same thing about when we get upset and protest and all that. This is all reactionary shit. There's nothing done in place to prevent this stuff. So it's like, yeah, I get everybody's frustration and anger and all that. We're not doing anything to solve it. We're just keep reacting. And then we forget something else happens, and then we're reacting again. We're doing the same thing. We're on the damn hamster wheel. That's why it's like, at this point, you gotta stop falling for the shit. Either we gonna actually do something about it, or we just gonna suck it up, take you on chin, like this is what the world is. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you or someone you know. And then you can feel some type of sympathy and Twitter fingers and my condolences for everyone else. God be with you. And then we can move on to the next scene.
Thoughts and prayers.
But yeah, thoughts and prayers. But I mean, it's a cycle. This is how the world works. Well, at least here, at least for the mass shooting part, that's here. So this is how this country works. But in like terms of everything else we're upset about, it's how the world works. Not doing anything to change shit, so keep falling for the same tricks. So, but then again, tricks are for kids. So I guess we're all kids. But yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately.
You go from Highland Park Illinois to Akron, Ohio. So let's. Oh, by the way, I think I forgot to mention.
LeBron.
Maybe I mentioned. This young man was brought in. The young man that killed 7 people at the parade. He was brought in alive, alive, known to have killed 7 people. Brought in alive. Okay, why is that important? Because in Akron, Ohio, Jayland Walker, 25-year-old unarmed black man, traffic stop, and pigs heard a shot. And the end result is 60 up to
90.
60. 90?
He got
Thought it
hit
was
60
60.
times. They shot 90.
90 shots, 60 wounds. They said they couldn't quite discern whether or not those are just entry exit. So even if that is all entry exit, that's still 30 shots. Excuse me, that went through.
He emptied the whole clip, all of it. Basically.
Wow. So Sean Bell was 41 shots. New record, pigs. Good job. You fucking worthless pieces of shit. So let's again let me paint the picture. You can take anybody out there mad, take it out the F you want, take it out the fuck you want. Uvalde pigs do nothing while children are slaughtered. These pigs shoot an unarmed black man. Well, I can't say unarmed. There was a gun found.
Well, no ammunition in it.
No ammunition. So you shoot a black man for a traffic stop and up to 60 hits, but 90 rounds fired. I don't know. That just seems a little, I don't know, the fuck, excessive maybe? But could be me. Could be me. He wasn't standing there with a minigun. He wasn't standing there with a Claymore mine strapped to him. But somehow this is, and investigation, pigs on administrative leave. Someone in the family, as per usual, with a lot of black folk, let's call for peace. And like I told you, me and you talked about this. If pigs get me, don't get up there and lie. Don't get up there and lie talking about, well, Ross, my dad would have called for peace. He wouldn't have wanted this. Burn this motherfucker down. All of it. Don't spare shit. My only request is take it to the rich neighborhoods because that's the only way they're going to pay attention. But make it make sense, fam. For everybody, it's all about race. You make everything about race. All right, well, let's anybody making it about race, make this make sense for me. Traffic stop, 90 shots, literally kill 7 people, taken alive. You need more good guys with guns. Well, Uvalde pigs were the good guys with guns. We have dead bodies of children because we had good guys with guns. So I think in one shot, this is like a 3-pointer from the logo. In one shot, let's see. I kind of shut up you race people. What's about race? Explain that one away. We need more good guys with guns. We had that. They did nothing. And the white guy who kills people, a la Dylan Roof, a la the Colorado shooter. You want to go back to when Dark Knight came out, the Colorado movie theater shooter. Taking a life. So if anyone would like to jump in the comment section and try to take that one apart, I'd love to see it. But yeah, 90 times. So when you heard about this, man, what did you think? Because I'm like, if you got emptied out on like that, you must have been a bad dude. You must have, unloaded like a mini gun or a rocket launcher on the cops, right? That many shots? Come on, man. You armed and dangerous, ain't you?
Man, they must have thought he was Luke Cage or something. Like, why? what is with the? I still don't even see the thing for. I haven't seen the body. Well, I've seen footage, and they're claiming that he turned around and reached for something. That's why they did that.
Hey, don't they
I still
always?
don't understand why you took all the traffic stop. I think from what you sent me was bogus anyway, because they don't understand what he got pulled over for. Okay.
An equipment or something violation. But yeah, that's actually what you said. What the fuck you pull
Like,
over?
what am I in pulled over for? What the fuck does that mean anyway? Anyway, so it's that. I still don't know how it led to him running and then him turning around supposedly and reaching for something, and then y'all emptying the whole clip. Even when he's laying down, they're describing like they're still shooting. It's not moving. The only reason he's moving is because the bullets are still ricocheting in his body, so he's freaking twitching from that. And then it's like, oh, somebody check on. Oh yeah, like at that point, with all y'all shooting, there ain't even no point in checking it. If he's alive, then boy, there's gonna be hell to pay. He ain't human. But nah, it's just it's. I mean, I don't know what more we can say about the uncooked bacon that we already have to sit. Like
I mean,
I don't know what else more to add. Like I said, there's going to be people that are going to run with the cop propaganda, which we're getting a lot of recently, and then we discovered that it was all lies, especially with the kid shooting. All lies. Oh, they did. And then as more and more stories come out, it just makes them look more and more
right.
email doggish.
But yeah, they looking real lame out there.
Looking real punkish, real soft. But
more good guys with guns, though, right? That's the answer. More good guys with guns. Okay.
See, if you want more good guys, see, my answer to that is okay. You want to give the good guys the guns, then give it to everybody. Like I said, I came up with another solution about this gun problem. I already named one in the last, I think, 2 episodes when we had a lovely guest about what to specifically do with if you own a gun or want to buy one, what you have to do yearly and all that. That's cool. Right. Or just take it all away completely, which is not going to happen. So I came up with another idea. Right to bear arms. Everybody should have a gun. Every state should get on and make it an open carry state. Because the argument is, well, this doesn't happen in open carry states and blah, blah, blah. Because everybody got the strap, right? Even though a lot of these shootings recently has happened in open carry states. So give everybody a gun in the country. Everyone. I mean everyone. So now we can run a little social experiment. And yes, I mean social experiment, because we're already playing with people's lives anyway. So why not? Because then it could be a win-win. Everybody has a gun, we don't have mass shootings. Or it's very minimal and it's rare. And then they can also kill a lot of other issues that people about, especially regarding the women and blah, blah, all that other stuff. So give everybody strap. We'll see. Let's see what happens. This can end even badly, which will then point to the thing that, oh, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Well, everyone has one. So
guess what?
Or nothing will happen because everyone will be basically like, well, I'm not going to try to rob a gun store. Either way, we're going to find out. So somebody's going to shut up. And then the other side will have to shut up if the other side was right. So there you go. That's my solution to this shit. Other than that, back to the pigs. It's not more I can say that I haven't already said. In other shows. Go ahead.
And it's just, I'm sure there's this swath of, oh God, they're always talking about, they're always going in on, they're always calling them pig. Yeah. Because shit like this keeps happening. Because on one end, you have the overt problem, regardless of race, of guns, right? Because the problem with guns is twofold. We're only really talking about one of them. When people talk about gun violence, up until recently, really what you meant is illegal guns in Black and brown people in poor neighborhoods. That's what you were talking about without saying it out loud. The difference now is the mass shootings that have happened, school shootings that have happened, it ain't folks who look like me. It's statistically proven. Now, gun control is a buzzword. Gun control, gun control, gun control, gun control. So now we're talking about, well, how do we control legal guns? What do we do to keep guns out of people's hands legally? Because a lot of these weapons have been purchased what? Legally. We got two sides of this gun argument. What do we do to keep guns out of the hands of people legally? What do we do to get the illegal guns out of the bad guys' hands? Because that's the argument these Second Amendment dick riders love to use. Well, if you take the guns away, only the bad guys have guns. Get the fuck out of here. Because then we got to go tumble down the other rabbit hole, which is, you know good and damn well, the guns, the drugs. You go back to Baby Boy. If anyone's ever seen the movie, go watch Baby Boys. Guns and butter speech. All the shit is guns and butter. And it all feeds what? Prison industrial complex. And we know just how much money is getting made off that bad boy. So let's have a, you know, if you're tired of hearing us talk about it, please, for all things holy, make me a liar. I'd love to be wrong. You and I have talked about this often, Kane. We want to see how far we can go without having to talk about the pigs and having to talk about a mass shooting. Lately, in the last 90 days, we got to bring it up at least once. And they believe me, it's not as if I'm going to go look for the shit either. I actually have gotten to the point, I try to stay off Sean King's page. Because in my own bubble, I'm like, maybe things are getting a little bit better. Maybe it's not as bad as we think.
Oh, yeah. I told you so. Go ahead.
And then we look at Sean King's page, like, no, shit is much, much worse. Much worse.
Told you.
Young black kid on a bike in fucking Connecticut. Some white dude is walking up to young brother sitting on his bike. I'm guessing couldn't be no more than 12, 13. White dude walks and talking shit to him. You live in my neighborhood? You live here? Get the fuck out of my neighborhood. Would you say that if the young man was white? I'm hard pressed to think you would. But sundown towns still exist. It's still towns that you ain't supposed to be black and ain't when the sun go down. I need a list because I'd be damned. I'm stupid, I guess. I'd love to go to one. Oh, please. Point me the direction, hot damn. Come with it. Yeah, hey, no. Boy, probably shouldn't be around here. The fuck you gonna do about it? Partner?
You ain't bulletproof, my boy. But all right.
No. But I'm just saying, like, this shit is still happening. So we will stop talking about it when it stops happening. Believe me, I loved our last show. We did number talk about NBA and hoops, and it was cool, right? That wasn't because there wasn't shit to talk about. That's because we proactively said, you know what? We're not going to deal with this right now. We're going to keep it light. Because believe me, this podcast can be heavy every damn week. It ain't the way I want it to be. I'd rather, again, we've said it a million times, rather have the bigger conversation. If all of the shit goes away, if everybody woke up beige tomorrow, guess what? It is not cool that Bezos and Bill Gates and fucking Zuckerberg pretty much control the planet. That ain't cool. We can't even get there. Because we got to deal with these dumbass cops and stupid ass played out racism in 2022.
Yeah, but that's the thing about, you know, the universe and how the world works and all this. Like, everything's connected. This is just how it's supposed to be. So we can keep talking about this to bringing the shedding the light on, you know, the other stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't see it changing within my lifetime, or however how long that shit is. At this moment, I don't even know. Like I said, they really do mean tomorrow ain't promised, boy. You be doing anything. You can get it anytime, anybody. Whew.
I got a random question for you, man. It seems random. I got a random question for you because I want to see if this is a generational thing, if this is a socioeconomic thing. I don't know. Which makes you more nervous? Which puts you on guard more? I'm kind of going off key. I'm just curious. Which puts you on guard more? Being in an environment where there's a bunch of people and a majority of them are black, or being in an environment with a bunch of people and a majority of them are white? Which one would put you on guard more? Which one would make your spidey sense tingle more? I'm just curious.
White. I'm also black. But even if I wasn't black, right, white. But both really, because
Wow.
I'm not really a people person like that. Anxiety issues. But I mean, same. I've been around crowds of both, mostly black, sharing where I live. But stuff still pops on there. Not to that extent, but stuff can happen. Been a part of that. But
Okay.
I just don't like, maybe it's the pandemic too, because we also gotta feed into that, still in it. And human contact and being around large crowds for at least the last 2 years wasn't really a thing. And now
Right.
everyone is kind of, we outside again, right? So now everything's outside. Everything that was happening before is almost amplified because we're trying to make up for lost time. And people might forget how to deal with other people, or your social skills might be a little lacking. I mean, social skills probably lacking anyway because of social media and all this other shit. But I mean, yeah, it's a weird time. I don't think you had that problem when you were a kid about mass shootings and all this, a pandemic, and all that other stuff.
No.
But I mean, this is just the world we live in now. I mean, you can get it anywhere, anytime. It doesn't really matter. So, hey, enjoy it while you're here. Smile and laugh. Enjoy little things. You never know.
Yeah. Because I'm like, the weird part about this. Statistically, as of right this moment, I should be a lot more concerned if I'm in a crowd full of majority white people, right? Well, maybe not, maybe not statistically, because again, the whole, how it goes with crime. You kill who you're near. But I'm still way more concerned if I'm in a crowd full of black folk, if I'm in an outing or an event and it's primarily black folk around because of when I was born and where I was raised. I'm way more concerned about that. If something gonna pop off, gonna have to knock somebody out,
That's why
blah
I
blah
said it.
blah.
I said both, but mostly now it's a double whammy with white people because if I'm me as current, I'm
Hmm.
black. Depending on the event, I probably should be there anyway. But there's that. So there's that factor, and then there's also is there somebody on the roof with like a
Right.
Gatling gun, like they nemesis or some shit, ready to unloose. So it's like like I said, like something pop off at a black event because I've been a part of it. I can get out of it. I'm not really worried about someone having a fully auto or whatever. Somebody might get shanked. Someone might get a pistol to the head. I don't know. But I at least got time with them. They got like military grade weapons and just spray. It's like I'm not supposed to prepare for that. Or explosives. Like we keep forgot about that part. It happened in I think it was the marathon or something.
Hey, Boston Marathon, you go back Timothy McVeigh when he blew up the damn building in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So
So they're
yeah.
using military style tactics versus, typical, more like up close hand to hand stuff. I'd rather deal with that than the other. Even though I'd rather
Right.
everything be peaceful, of course. But if you told me to choose the lesser of two evils and what I would be more concerned about and chances of survival, I will take my own people crowd than the other.
Yeah. And it's like I said, because of where I grew up, because of how I grew up, because of when I grew up, if I was walking down the block solo dolo and I saw like five white dudes approaching, even if they all, bikered out, you know, that's the scariest white boy there is. Trying to five biker looking dude like it's Sons of Anarchy or some shit. Meh. Now, if I saw five black dudes with hoodies and Tims and the mask, I'd be a little nervous. And the truth of the matter is, it should probably be the other way around. But I was curious with someone as your age and your generation, how you feel and what you feel makes more sense. You know, it makes more sense to be concerned, like, hey, if you're at, the museum, if you're at the 4th of July parade, you should probably be a lot more concerned than if you had Essence Fest. I was just curious. I was just curious on that one. We're gonna shift matters overseas a little bit. Brittney Griner, WNBA star, activist, community servant, pled guilty to drugs in Russia a couple days ago. I'm aggravated every time I see her because you got these like little Russian people dragging her around like she's some kind of fucking animal. So the brief bits I've seen on ESPN and so on and so forth is her being led around by these little short pieces of shit in Russia, like she's on display or something.
Yes, she is.
Hashish oil, essentially, what give or take weed, and could be facing up to 10 years. And this looks like just some political bullshit. And finally, somebody said what we were all thinking. I think it was the coach of her team. And this was LeBron, he'd be home already.
This is LeBron. World War III would start.
You know, and I was looking on Facebook, and somebody was going to want to disagree with that. I don't get the comparison; it doesn't make sense. And somebody broke it all the way down. Look, LeBron, it's looking at, and I hate sugarcoating, or when you tell the truth, it's looked at a certain way. But let's tell the truth. LeBron, there's a lot of money and a lot of white corporate interest tied to LeBron James. You motherfucking right. If LeBron was in fucking Russia.
Bro, Nike alone would go to the president's front door and be like, you better do some shit. Fuck you.
Better get on now.
You better get on there like one day. So Nike, that's Nike alone. Not to mention the NBA, who he's still the face of, and still the most popular player. So it's like it's levels to, like, and then not to mention the other sore thumb in the room about him being, a new billionaire. So he's in that class too. So he's rich, marketable, face of many, many big conglomerates that kind of run shit. So, and Brittany's not, and two, she's a woman who's gay and tall. I mean,
like all the things.
All the things we don't care about here.
Right, all the things.
So, and they especially don't care over there. So, right. Yeah, Biden ain't lose no sleep over this.
10 years, though? That's like, man, that'd be like brothers in America doing 10 years for weed. Oh, wait, my bad.
That should be longer, man.
Oh, ooh, wow.
That's actually...
Wow. Oh, my bad. Oops.
But that's the minimum, though. I think the maximum for is 20. But
I thought the max was 10.
Nah, I thought the minimum, I think, is 10. The max is 20.
For once, I'm hoping I'm right and you're wrong, because I thought the max was 10.
I could have swore I seen, like, it said max 20, minimum 10, but they might not give her 10 because of, she might not get nothing if this exchange happens.
Right. So
which doesn't have to happen, because Putin just be like, fuck yeah, what you gonna do? Nothing. Keep sending money to Ukraine. Okay, that's helping.
Stop, yo.
Okay.
Yeah, you just keep throwing them little side jabs, little side jabs.
You said your little 60 billion and all that oil with other countries and shit. Think that bothers me? They gonna be with me soon. So what you gonna do about it? Nothing. That's how Putin is. Like, we gotta realize who we dealing with. Like, this dude is not somebody to be played with. He clearly running shit. And supposedly we thought he ran shit with the last people we had in office. So it's like, I mean, what are we gonna do?
I mean, say what you will. Say what you will. He ain't pop off when Trump was in office. I'm not saying
what I just said.
You right.
I just said apparently he ran shit with the last. I don't think it was fear. I think it was a good student, sir.
Right. It was good, fam.
Get back down. But like, nah, this is. I guess Biden ain't playing ball. He's like, okay, one of yours, one of mine. If not, she wants to stay her ass here. What you gonna do? Gonna go to war over her? No, exactly. Thanks.
And
So
that's just wild. That's just, I mean, so you
it's
got a
just
black
fucked up
woman,
situation.
as per usual, a black woman in the middle of some shit between some dudes who ain't got no damn sense. Like it's yeah. But free Brittany, man. Like that ass, free Brittany, because this is BS, and we can
Stupid.
all see is BS.
That's stupid.
It's BS, and we can all see is BS. But yeah, real quick, just one thing I want to touch on, as I can get this come through for me here, because again, we are allies to women's causes, friends to women, so to say. Just a quick rundown of the states where abortion services are still untouched. Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, glorious Empire State, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, Delaware, District of Columbia, Illinois, Minnesota, Washington State, Oregon, Cali, Nevada, Colorado, New Mexico, Hawaii is good. That's where you're straight. That's where you're straight.
But like I said, we probably get to this next another time. But even our good commander in chief has gave a warning of the shit that they might do to you if you are in a state or a resident of a state that doesn't allow that shit, and you go, a neighboring state and over and come back. That there is a threat that those states will charge you for basically like you did it here. So I suggest if the president is warning you, if you're planning to do that, I would tell and trust no one.
Yeah, the only person you should tell is the doctor, because if anything comes out, it's a HIPAA violation. But if it ain't the doc, don't say shit to nobody.
Nothing. Nobody. Don't tell nobody. Don't post nothing. Don't even say you're pregnant. Don't say shit.
In the words of Black Thought, get in here, don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. I know that's hard because they're in this era. I know. We've been revealing shit that the devil and God combined can never get me to admit. But silence. Moving silence.
I mean, you gotta. I keep reading memes about just how bad this is. Do you understand? And it's like you gotta let that shit sink in. Rapists get to choose their co-parents now.
Can't say that.
Okay, people who indulge in sexual assault get to choose. People who want to indulge in sexual assault get to choose their co-parent, because sexual assault is no longer a reason for you to get an abortion. So when you put it in perspective, someone who indulges in sexual assault, any guy who indulges in sexual assault gets to choose their co-parent now, because they're going to be forced to advocate, depending on what state they're in. Like, just let that sink in for a second. This is how short-sighted and stupid.
That's the extreme and dumb. Yeah, that's the extreme side. And then, like I said, that's why I don't like just that argument, because there are plenty of people that actually want kids that get it because of complications. It damn near happened to the goal of tennis. Serena had complications.
Right.
So, and that even after the fact. And y'all got y'all panties in a bunch because she wore a damn bodysuit because she got blood clots. But that's a whole nother subject and how racist that was. But shout out to the GOAT. But yeah, it's just well, I know I've said it. I don't know if I said it on here, but I said they were already stripping you of your rights before. You didn't notice because they kept you fed. Now they're starting to take your rations. Now it's a big deal.
What did the
Merovingian
say? What did the Merovingian say?
Let's
Choice
keep
is an illusion.
Let's keep voting. Keep voting for the acts. Like I said, remember the quote I said at the beginning. But yeah.
Well, good news. Going to shift gears, make it a little bit lighter. A quick, great debaters. I'm curious. You and I kind of delved into this, but I started the argument on the Facebook page. Not that, but I opened a debate on the Facebook page. Real quick, refresh me. Which one would be more alarming to you to find out, oh shit, this is real? The Umbrella Corporation or Skynet? Which one would be like, oh shit, if you found out it was real?
So basically, corporations doing chemical warfare of pharmaceuticals to make zombies and shit versus a company making killer robots.
The potential too. Yeah. Like I said for me, I'll answer first. I'd be a shit ton concerned if Umbrella was real. Now, I'll let you know what I did see on a lot of the comments. They were like, basically, Skynet does exist already.
I was just about to say that. Like, we already have companies literally showing, parading artificial intelligence robots. So that's why I said Skynet probably already exists. A lot of shit that we use now is already artificial intelligence. So it's already here. But yeah, I'm with you. Umbrella.
Yeah, I'm an Umbrella.
And like diseases, Umbrella would. I'm pretty sure that probably exists too. But
let's hope not, because I'm like it. Because that's the thing with the scope of Umbrella. It was pharmaceuticals. It was deodorant. It was it was everything. Umbrella had their hand in damn near anything or a lot of stuff you put on or in your body. That's a problem.
You don't think we have conglomerates that do that now?
I mean, I'd have to look at the list of shit Procter and Gamble owns, or some Moderna or some of these, what else does Moderna own?
Because you gotta remember, a lot of these companies and stuff that we think are big are still like parent companies to bigger stuff. Like big corporations own a lot of stuff that we think are separate entities, but it's the same thing. They answer to them. That's why I said there probably is an Umbrella out here already doing some. Like I said, we already know people are experimenting on people in the past and now. So it's like, I mean, like I said, the whole thing about, the pandemic was a whole conspiracy that, it came out of a lab. And what is that similar to? Umbrella. That's how Raccoon City and all that stuff happened. So they both actually can be real at the same time, which is even more scary.
Right, and that was the thing I saw in the comment section. A lot of people was like, well, they kind of both exist now. Like, let's not get too carried away. I mean, I don't think we're not. I see the cause for concern for Skynet, but I'd say this: we're way farther away from Skynet than we are Skynet/Cyberdyne than we are Umbrella. And the reason being is this: there's a lot of things that run on AI, but we have not gotten to the point where we have cyborgs, androids, things like that. Like we're a long. We're just now getting to the point where a car can drive by itself. Just now. And that's not even in every car. That's still not. That's still shaky. Like the idea is to replace truck drivers completely. Long way away from that.
I mean, we're having drones deliver mail soon.
Dude, I went to a restaurant a couple of weeks ago. The waiter was a robot. Wildest shit I've ever seen, yo.
What do you mean a robot? Like walking around robot?
Nah, it was it's a oh god. Think
Siri.
Think R2D2 with trays. So
a robot on wheels.
R2D2 had like 4 trays, but the fact is, I'm turning left and it would turn left. I'm turning right and turn right, and it wouldn't hit any of the tables or any of the people. Shit was wild.
And you think we're that far? Okay.
But that's just a robot that can, detect something in front of it and it'll bring a tray to your table. If it was a living waiter, like droid, okay, we on some whole nother other shit. We on some whole, but it's pretty much R2D2 with a stack of trays.
It's gonna happen. We keep trying. It's gonna happen.
I'm, but, and weapon systems are still safeguarded. You know what I mean? It's not. We haven't given weapon systems, to my knowledge, to believe the ability to think on its own. That was the problem with Skynet.
But that's
Skynet. If you remember how Terminator went, Skynet. You know what? We're gonna launch these nukes at Russia because we know Russia gonna fuck up everybody over here, and then we're gonna create these Terminators to go exterminate the rest of the human race. Like we ain't nowhere near that. We ain't there.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't think there's enough. Everything's computer based. It doesn't really have a sentient being body yet. They're working on it. They're getting closer and closer. I don't know why we need to have that, but we can just keep everything digital, phone, TV, whatever. Like I said, if a killer TV comes after me and I die from that, I deserve it. But no, there's some things it's just what I said before, reactionary versus prevent.
Because I think
we need a body. Why?
I mean, the thing is this. There are two different houses here. One house is, I want to make my life as easy as possible. That's Skynet. That's droids. That's having machines do the work for you. I want to make my life as easy as possible. The other house is...
Where's the fun in that?
Well, it's a lot of point in that.
I said, what's the fun in that?
There's a lot of fun in that.
Oh, it's not. People don't admit it. This is why a lot of rich people get bored and start doing stupid shit. It's because you don't have nothing to do. It's nothing to strive for, nothing to work, no struggle. What are you alive for?
Well, I mean, that whole, but we found that entire concept is bullshit. Grind culture.
No, I don't mean grind for money. I'm saying you can still struggle with other things and compete without money. I'm not talking about the money. See, now that is true. Because that's where all the grind shit comes from, is for the money situations. But that's basically survival in today's what we spoke about off air. I'm talking about in general. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I can see that though. Like, who wants to take a year to have a new building built when you can have a robot do it in like half that time? What construction worker wants to sit out in that? Like, right now where I'm at, it's 106 degrees. Yeah, you can't pay me enough. You can't pay me enough to be a construction worker or be out there laying down asphalt in 106 degrees. Like, no.
Well, and it's like, well, you're taking away all these jobs. What's the point? So what are we gonna do?
I mean, someone still gotta run all that software and technology. You just gotta.
It's not gonna take all the people that it will take to do that. So you're literally cutting what the problem is now. It's not enough jobs for everybody. So then what? Ain't that the problem now? People being mad that we're replacing cashiers with machines now.
I'm one of them. I've never used self-checkout if I can help it. I always go to a real person.
But that's my point. That's what so it's like, so where are you gonna do with all these millions of people who actually use that as income? What are they gonna do? If robots are doing everything, what are we gonna do? Because we don't have socialism. Everyone's not getting paid for nothing. So what the fuck are we gonna do?
Well, ideally, we'll evolve socially and realize this is BS anyway. At least
okay. That's the hope. Now you just all right. So we in John Lennon land again. All right, cool.
Yeah, about to say, imagine exactly.
Okay. Exactly. I'm trying to think of this realistically. You think it is like hypothetically. We evolved. We got machines to do our dirty work. We good. See, now that would be the life. But that's not what's going to happen. It's already happening now with machines taking over, people being hot. So like I don't see it.
Well, like I said, there's two houses. I like that house better than the other house because in one house, like I said, you have I want my life to be easier. The other house is I want to live forever, and that's where shit goes left.
Oh, they're doing that.
That's the other house
with the transfer of consciousness that they're trying to do. It's like, yo, just die. Like, yo.
No, we ain't taking advice from you, dog. I'm the one who said I'm going to survive the zombie apocalypse. You the one was like, yeah, why should we bother? No, we ain't taking advice from you,
bro. All right, no, I said you can try. You can try, but if I get bit, I'm not chopping shit off. It's over. Wait, bro.
Let me think. A hand versus die. I got two hands, homie.
Death got it. What did 50 say? Death got to be easy because life is hard. I'm with 50. It's already a struggle now. What the hell you think we want to do? I know The Walking Dead makes it look good with makeup and shit.
One arm.
Nah. I know The Walking
arm. He put the mace joint at the end of it.
I know The Walking Dead makes it look good. But you don't see them when they got shit, get sick, really need to actually hunt. All like I'm not even a woman, so I don't know what they have to go through considering all that stuff is gone. So it's like, who wants to live like that? We're basically going back in time. Do you have survival skills, my guy? If I drop you in the middle of the forest, you gonna live?
Nah, but that's
okay then. So what you talking about?
I'm gonna get with a community. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get with Rick Grimes, and we gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be rolling around with Negan and them. That's no way to live. I ain't gonna be rolling around with Negan and them. Like, nah.
You know until it's too late. You run around with strangers.
I mean, you can catch a vibe. That ain't gonna change.
Catch a vibe.
Y'all here, we are Negan. Ooh.
Catch a vibe.
I'll be right back.
You know they usually, the same.
I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back, yo. Y'all Negan, right? I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. No, just fall back. I'll be right back. Yeah, never see me again.
Catch this mother. Catch him.
Right. When somebody asks me, I gotta ask you 3 questions. I bet. I know the answer to the 3 questions. I'm with y'all. Let's go. See what I'm saying? But
I'm not
how many people you kill? How many walkers you kill? Like I'm with y'all. Let's roll. But I'm not.
And people
I'm
just
not dying over a bite. I got 2 hands. I can lose a hand. It's gonna suck for a while. I can lose a hand.
So you're gonna cut your hand off. Remember, no anesthetics, no medicine. You just cutting that right in there.
Or die slow and turn to a zombie. Like, that's your choices.
There's a chance you can die just from the shock and all losing blood alone.
Fam, we all seen Walking Dead. It don't look
bro,
like no
that's
fun
a show.
process.
That's why I said you can't.
Bro, it don't look
I've
like
never
no fun
seen
process.
someone who hasn't showered and who heavens long look so good. That's not what we would look like, and that's not how we would be living.
They be looking rugged and grimy, yo.
You know what I'm using to get you? You know what I'm
doing? Look at Rick from season 1 to the last season. Rick looked like a bum,
Listen. You remember the survival shows you watched? We had Survivor Man, and you had Bear Grylls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Survivor Man was a camera by himself. No production crew. No nothing to edit and be like, yo, this is how you make this. And he ate a bug or some shit. And then he had a cheeseburger right behind him as soon as the camera stopped. Like, come on. That's The Walking Dead. You're not doing what I forgot your other name. The dude, was it named Survivor Man? I don't remember. But he was out there solo dolo with a camcorder. No support. Really survived. Not a camera crew to help him when shit hits the fan. Because that's exactly what happened with Bear Grylls. No disrespect to Bear Grylls. You can still survive better than I fucking could. But still, you did have help. It was a production, like a show. So no, this is not The Walking Dead show. This is reality. You would not be living like that.
I'm saying, that's why I'm going to get with a crew and we going to be good. I know I ain't got those skills.
So you know somebody got skills?
I mean, I'm in Texas. By default, I can meet somebody.
Yeah, is that somebody gonna accept you?
They friendly down here. You been here? They friendly down here. They mad friendly, yo. Like, they mad friendly.
They're friendly till there's no laws, no nothing, and then I can do whatever the hell I want to you. Anyway.
I'm gonna trade in the Yankee fitted, go get me a cowboy hat, some cowboy boots. Howdy, partner.
You just gonna completely submit. Ancestors.
Yo, when in Rome, son. Weak or
okay. So die hero from getting eaten by a live long enough. Here's something coming up. That's what you're doing. I'm gonna die hero. Forget all that.
Nah, I'm gonna zombie apocalypse. I'm gonna get with me a crew with a colony. I'm gonna be straight, running water. I'm gonna be good. It's like a kingdom. It's like a kingdom.
Till I get bit.
I am not gonna be with the saviors. I damn sure ain't gonna be with the whisperers because they was living foul. I am not gonna be walking around like Alpha and them with skins on and dirt. Nah, I'm good. That's funky. Like that
That
is
whole
not
show
the
is
crew.
funky.
That is not the crew I'm riding with. I'm gonna be with I'm gonna be with Gabriel and them, the Kingdom. You know what I mean, with a tiger. I'm good.
But a tiger that just, what are they feeding that? You know what? There's a whole many questions, but it's okay. Whatever. It's a show. This is why I'm not taking it
You,
serious.
I was just saying.
A tiger.
So
Right.
yeah, I'm not. But back to where we started. Back to where we started. Like, yeah, I'd be way more alarmed if I found out the Umbrella Corporation was real. Like, oh shit, we got
Yeah, I would
problems.
do. I agree.
We got problems. Skynet I can deal with. You know, I just might have to be the Black John Connor. Let's go. I lead the resistance. Let's get it. But you know, Umbrella, like yo, cats might be infected with shit right now. We don't know it. So yeah.
I mean that is the theory.
Oh, see, there you go. Not the jab, yeah. We gotta take it back to right. We
Hey,
can't. Ain't nobody that because I told you everybody owes some apologies. There ain't no microchips. Ain't nobody mutate yet. So everybody was wrong.
so when does this come out? That came out what, 2021? Or is it the end of
I
2020?
think so. 20.
All right.
It was 2020. It was 2020.
It was
No,
the end of
it was
2020.
the end of
I'm
2020.
talking about the jab. I'm not talking about
Yeah,
when
the
it
end
started.
of 20. It was I think it's end of 2020, early 2021.
Okay, let's see in the next 10 years if we're both still here. What happens?
Yeah, like I
I'm not
said,
saying
okay.
something well. I'm just saying. I
No,
mean,
I'm just
1 or
saying
2
everybody.
years. Like, there's a lot of stuff we don't know what happens. And I'm
True
just saying.
that. True that.
We'll see.
All right.
Hopefully
And
not.
then last up, I sent you the trailer. My excitement level is through the roof. Viola Davis, a girl Lashana Lynch, who I still think they did wrong in Doctor Strange, but Woman King, the trailer just came out, comes out in September. It is based on all-female unit of warrior, African warriors from the African king of Dahomey. And we were talking back in the 1800s. And yeah, based on true events, so I'm sure they're gonna take a couple liberties, but I'm excited to see it. It just gives me it's almost as if you're telling the story of Dora Milaje, except this is real. Love the trailer, can't wait for it. Some strong kick-ass sisters, like all of the things, my excitement level is a 10. How you feeling about it, man?
Yeah, it's a 10. Like I said, I'm just tired of black trauma porn. So we finally get to have some, more black pride. That's actually true too. Stories being told. So I'll take it. I don't know if it's gonna do well, but I hope it does.
I think it will. Oh snap. Timing is everything, man. We'll see the numbers it does because no, it's enough. September, you got 8-week lead time, give or take, depending on the exact release date. Because Black Panther 2 is this fall. Black Panther 2 is November. So that's the thing. Now, is there enough for 2 dope ass black movies? Absolutely.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But excitement level through the roof on that one. A scale of 1 to 10 to 11. All right. Run it back, recap. So start from the top. Yeah, Highland Park, Illinois shooting July 4th. That is the absolute worst case of chickens coming home to roost. But if that is the wake up call, like just like Uvalde, just like Buffalo, don't let these folks die in vain, man. I don't exactly have, again, we talked about it ad nauseum, what gun control looks like, but what else do you need to see before we start making some hard decisions? But what else do you need to see? How long are you going to ride the wood of the Second Amendment? There's that. Jayland Walker shooting, same thing. I'd love to stop talking about it. Please, please, please make me a liar. Please, please, please show me overall the police department across all boards, anywhere. is worth it, is doing what they're supposed to do, and then I'll stop talking about it. But now you have a black man somehow with 60 shots, 90 total rounds fired. Even if those numbers are half that, that's insane over a traffic stop. I, and I hope all these pigs are fired. Obviously, I hope all these pigs are fired. Real short, real sweet. Get Brittney Griner home. I cannot say that more direct. Get Brittney home. Is that Umbrella versus Skynet Cyberdyne? I'm a lot more concerned if Umbrella was real. If Cyberdyne or Skynet is real, I'm not all the way freaking out. Not yet, but I'm totally freaking out if Umbrella were real. Last but not least, Woman King. Can't wait. Excitement level through the roof. Looking forward to after Labor Day when this drops. It's gonna be awesome. Your recap, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Recipes to all the people that were taken away from that job. The Jayland Walker shooting. Yeah. They should be more than just fired. You know. Probably should be executed too, but I'm not going to go there. So, fired in jail, that's good enough. Not really, but I'll take it. Skynet versus T-Rise, yeah, I'll be more concerned about, not T-Rise, Umbrella than I would Skynet. I think Skynet already exists. And I'm probably sure Umbrella already exists, but at least Skynet's more in the open with these stuff right now. In the trailer, I'm excited for him. 10. Hopefully, it does well. Actually tell some triumphant stories and not tragic and triumphant stuff. Just what I'm saying. But yeah, Daddy's on. It's dark as hell in this room. I apologize. The sun set a lot faster than I thought it would.
What? All right, everyone. We appreciate you all as always tuning in to yet another episode. On behalf of myself and my super dope, amazing co-host from I Said It podcast. Same bad time, same bad channel next week. Peace.
Ooh.